Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so this is part two uh, of our Intro to Photoshop installment. So typically the way I like to do this is instead of boring you with the tools and the workspace in the beginning, we'll talk about the tools and the workspace as we go along. So over here to the left though, I do want to mention that this is our toolbar. This has the tools that we would need to complete our task. Um, if you look at the toolbar, you'll see so this top one, this is called the move tool. This is going to be your home tool. This is a tool that you're going to use like pretty much a lot. So this is the crosshairs. You notice there's a little arrow on the side. So if you click and hold, that's going to reveal the hidden tools that are underneath. So definitely go through and play and look at all of the tools and check them out. See what each of them do. And that learn panel that I talked to you about, it's going to talk to you about that as well. But also, if you hover over a tool, notice how I hover over the crop tool, and it's showing us what this tool does. It's showing us the full picture and it's showing us how it crops. So if you hover over the tools, they will give you a little video diagram of, what they do, how they work, which is really, really cool. Really, really cool. So if you're ever stuck and you're like, oh my goodness, that tool looks so cool, but I don't really remember what it does, hover over it and you'll get a quick preview or glance at what the tool does. Okay. If you ever get to a point where you want to edit your keyboard, edit your tools, I don't think you'll get to that point, but just so that you know, these three dots at the bottom, if you hover over them, you'll get the edit toolbar. You can click on that, and what's going to happen is the toolbar is going to open. I tell you, my new computer. Okay, but a toolbar is supposed to open. Let me do this. All right, so I'm gonna hover and hold, and the toolbar will open. It'll say edit toolbar. I click on that, and then I'll get the tool to open. So what was happening before was that was the tool tip, which is in white, and then if you hover and hold in gray, you'll get the customized toolbar. Okay, and then you can scroll through here. You can see all the tools that are available to you. So I'm gonna hit done. All right, but the main tool, this top tool is your move tool. That is your home tool. That is your home-based tool that you're always going to go back at. So it's very important that you remember that tool. And the shortcut key to that is the V key. Also, you'll notice if you hover over, if you're a shortcut fanatic such as myself, you can hover over it and it's going to tell you what the shortcut to it in the parentheses. So see how in parentheses there's the M. So that's the shortcut key for the marquee tool, so forth and so on. So just get, familiar with that. All right, so in the top area, so what happens is this toolbar, this top area up here, this is context sensitive based on what tool you have selected in the toolbar. So if I choose the move tool, notice it changes. The selections up here at the top change. So with the move tool, I have, auto select, and I can select layer, and, I can, I have alignment tools and things like that. So it's context sensitive. Some tools have the same menu up at the top as well, because some tools do similar things, but just keep in mind it's context sensitive. So whatever tool you're clicking on, these options are going to be based off of that. Okay. And then over here to the right, we talked about this. These are our panels. Right now we have our layers panel, adjustment, properties, color, swatch, gradient, pattern, and libraries. So this gives us additional stuff that we can use, right? So if we click on swatches, we're going to get different colors. Our swatches now are grouped into folders, which is kind of cool. I'll click on that and I'll get like the RGB colors that I can use, or CMYK. If I click on CMYK, I really have to get used to this trackpad. Grayscale, then I'll, so forth and so on. So you have options in here, just play with them. You have way more options than that. Also with the panels, there's a fly out menu for every one. So if I hit swatches, this little list is always going to relate to whatever is active. So right now swatches is active. If I click on that, I'll get another fly out menu. And inside of here, I'll get additional options with the swatches. But more importantly, I'll also be able to say add swatches or import swatches if I want. I can also, if I made a really cool swatch group, I can export swatches and things like that. So that's kind of cool to keep in mind that there's that flyout menu if you need it. And also, if I go to my libraries panel, this right here is amazing. I'm actually going to pull it out real quick. So I have a lot in mine. You're probably not going to have a lot in yours. Don't worry about it. As you work through this, you will have a lot in yours. So it's not a big deal. I've been working in these for a while. So in my libraries panel, so I have a lot of libraries because I base them off of projects. I actually, so this is a new set of libraries compared to my old libraries. So I haven't ported that over yet, but it's under a different account. But anyway, so if I click through my library or scroll through my library, you'll see some of the libraries that I have. You'll see some that aren't named. That was when I accidentally clicked library, so I gotta delete those as well. I'm all about organization in your files and stuff, even though I have all of those crazy libraries, which are driving me crazy. But I will be cleaning that up for sure. But anyway, so I have different libraries in here based off of either client work or or things like that that I worked on. So if I click on say July, then I can see all of the stuff from this project that I've saved. So I can save colors, I can save logos or and things like that, and I do. So that's these libraries are awesome. So definitely take advantage of that. They are a lifesaver, and they go with you everywhere you sign into your account. So if I'm here and I'm working, and then I go to say I want to see my parents, down south, and I, log on the computer, I would have them there with me as well. So it's pretty cool, very cool. I'm gonna put that back up here. All right, so libraries, your workspace, all of that is very important. And then you go up here, and these are just your different options. You have options for Photoshop, your file menu, edit. And like I said, yours might look a little different because you're on Windows, but essentially it's pretty much the same. The edit menu, the image menu, and different things. You do the images, layer menu, of course, type menu. We'll get into all these as well. Select, filter, 3D view, window, and help. So I just wanted to make you aware that those are up there. Okay, so that's pretty much the panel that I wanted to go over. Let me see. I think we are, I'm going to stop it here, and then we'll come back and go into masking. So this is pretty much getting to know your panels and your workspace. So this is the artboard area. And then this is your paste board, right? So the area where you can put like images that you don't know if you're going to use, or objects that you don't know if you're going to use, or on the side of, and trying to figure out and stuff like that. But you have that area to work in. It's a non-printable area. So whatever is outside in this area will not be printed. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And I think that's really all that I wanted to go over as far as the workspace and stuff like that for now. And like I said, each time we will introduce the tools and things like that as we work through the projects. All right, so here you go. I will see you guys in a few momentos, few minutes.